Ndị be anyị ekenekwanụ m unu. Asị m ka ọ mara na anyị na mma. Anyị sị ka nke onye chiri ya zelụ. Dịka o si dị ka agbapụ na-ese wetara onye bụ ozi eji maka ya wee bịa n'iru akwụkwọ n'ụbọchị nke taa na Eastern News 24 bịaba si wee wetara onye bụ ozi. Ya bụ ozi bụ according to the Biafran activist wetara ya as he quote, "Good news for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the Biafrans as Tinubu's government UK begin negotiation to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu." Hear the news in details. Alright, this update is according to the Biafran activist with their Finland base. Biko, oya masim ka tonti geya before Jumakia, we beni akwụkwọ dịka ihe gị kabalo kiri atani foku. Over to you, sir.
Something big is going on. A negotiation is currently underway, and in this video, I will give you all the expose and all the brief analysis involved in these negotiations between the government of Nigeria and the government of the UK. In this video, you tend to see every single thing undone and some secrets that are being kept behind closed doors. So what did happen? Why is the government of Nigeria negotiating with the country of England? Well, let me show you some basic info you need to see. As of yesterday being the 10th day of the month of November, around 5 p.m., we got a notification and we saw a video where we say some individuals, some Nigerians, some delegates were sent from the country into the UK to meet with some leaders there to strike a deal and to have a conversation. When we see that video, we know that something wasn't right. Nigeria will not send delegates to the UK for no particular reason. And that is why we had to do some in-depth research and some full-scale analysis to see what happened. And interestingly, we can say, well, say Nigeria, indeed, President Tinubu been sent some officials to England. Make I show you as it be. This is coming from Nigerian Stories. And they attached the video where I just show you now, where it states, video, high-level delegation sent by President Tinubu met with officials at the UK Ministry of Justice to discuss the case of Senator Ekpa who has been detained in Britain since March of 2023. So the question now, how does this affect or relate with Nnamdi Kanu? Make I show now something that happened where nobody don't observe as it stands. You'll be the very first person to observe it. So as you can clearly see now, some delegates being traveled to the UK to meet with officials there because of this man known as Ekpa. We know say this man, Ekpa, is currently being locked up in a cell, in a prison in England because of what he do. I no one bore you with the stories of what this man do. We know say he carry somebody from Nigeria, one boy from Nigeria, carry and enter England to collect some body parts that will be transplanted into his own child. And no one giving her the full story because of say the story they out there and we don't get enough time today. Okay? So this man was locked up and is currently serving a jail term together with his wife and the doctor who ain't been planning on the operations. So how does this concern the case of Nnamdi Kanu? First thing first, take a look at this Daily Post, this article from Daily Post. We go show you the same thing where we talk. Because of, say, as you see this video, we had to still verify, say that true. Because this one blow our mind. It states, organ harvesting, Tinubu reportedly sent high-power delegation to the UK over Ekpa. And the article itself went a step further to give us more disclosure and the individuals with the UK to negotiate for this man's deal. Okay? Interestingly, as these people, they meet with individuals in the UK, yet one aide to Bola Tinubu, this person came out to make a statement. That said yesterday. All of this thing be happened yesterday, simultaneously. Tinubu sent individuals to the UK to negotiate on the release of Ekpa. And somebody within Nigeria, a aide to Bola Tinubu, made a statement. A statement we can give us more limelight and we can expose these individuals and what did they do as it stands in regards to the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Let me show you. This is coming from the Punch newspaper. It states Tinubu can't intervene in Nnamdi Kanu's trial, and this statement was made by an aide. Who asked you? Nobody asked this aide of Tinubu to make this statement. Now you use your mouth to come out, come talk. Yesterday, when Tinubu self don't send his delegates to the UK, what are these guys hiding? Let's dig deeper because of say we will find the truth together in this video. As we research, we will show you. This article went a step further to state that the senior special assistant to President on community engagement in Southeast, Mrs. Chioma Wesley, says President Bola Tinubu will not make any pronouncement on the ongoing trial of the detained leader of the IPOB, individual, Nnamdi Kanu. Who asked this lady? Nobody asked you. And you can't still talk yesterday. Okay? Meanwhile, let's go back to those men waiting for UK. These people waiting for UK to meet with UK delegates. You get one person, we follow them, go. This man is known as, first of all, showing right now on your screen are the list of people who travel to the UK to go negotiate for Ike Ekweremadu's release. We have Nigeria's Minister of Foreign Affairs, the person of Yusuf Maitama Tuga. We have Attorney General and Minister of Justice Lateef Olasukami Fagbemi. Yes, this particular name, this Minister of Justice Lateef Olasukami Fagbemi, if you don't know, make I tell you who he be, because of say we don't catch the Nigerian government red-handed. This man, Naim been stand for Bola Tinubu when the Nigerian presidential elections was contested in the tribunal. If you recall when Peter Obi, Atiku, and Bola Tinubu be carried the elections result from 2023 go a tribunal to contest them. Now this man, Lateef Fagbemi, now stand for Bola Tinubu. Make I show you just in case you think we are lying. States, this is coming from a news article. Fagbemi to lead APC's legal team at presidential election tribunal. Now this said man, Tinubu sent go UK to go negotiate for Ike Ekweremadu. We are still coming back to the case of Nnamdi Kanu because of this whole thing go bust your head. These people think they are smart, but sometimes we they catch them red-handed. Why did Bola Tinubu send people, his own people, to go to the UK to negotiate for the release of Ike Ekweremadu? The man will say pleaded guilty to organ harvesting. It doesn't make sense in any way, shape, or form. It simply means the country of Britain or UK and Nigeria, they want to strike a possible deal. Release this man for me, and I'll release this other man for you. Now it be as simple as ABCD. Hope you guys are following. We go see show now more details and facts here. This video go bust your head. So what did they happen? The Nigerian government go release somebody, and the UK government go release somebody. Who be these people? The UK now don't receive delegates to release Ike Ekweremadu for them, and the Nigerian government has to release somebody where they hold custody. It's as simple as ABCD. So who will the Nigerian federal government release? Let's dig deeper. This man known as Justice Fagbemi, this man we follow delegates travel to the UK, made a comment on Nnamdi Kanu some time back. Within talk, he states, I don't know Nnamdi Kanu, Minister of Justice Fagbemi. As you can see, this is coming from Daily Post, a very, very accredited news outlet in Nigeria. The article contact say, this Fagbemi made a comment that states, let's wait for the decision of the courts. No one will be held outside the laws of the country. Now, we see this man they talk in regards to Nnamdi Kanu's case. You know, say he wants the courts to follow their full constitution and their full regulations. Hope you guys are seeing what is playing on. This man has made a comment on Nnamdi Kanu before, and he don't urge the courts to respect their own rules and regulations. Meaning, say they suppose use Nigeria's constitution to try Nnamdi Kanu. There's a linkage now. So this man follow people who travel go the UK. As they can't date here, I don't show you say Tinubu's aide can't talk say Tinubu can't intervene in Nnamdi Kanu's trial. And nobody asked this lady to make such statements. Okay, now let's come down to the most interesting part of the whole conversation. As all of these things they play on yesterday in the evening, as every single thing they play on for UK and in Nigeria, you get with Aloy Ejimako together with Nnamdi Kanu come pull off something big, something that will be a game changer, and something that will join the visits to the UK and what did they happen for Nigeria. What did happen? Make I show you. I'll take you to the desk of Daily Post. Here we always tell you things and show you news articles as it be. It states, Nnamdi Kanu files motion to set aside Supreme Court judgment remitting trial to Federal High Court in Abuja. What did this even mean? Make we explain. The article went a step further to give us more intel, where it states the leader of the IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, has filed a motion asking the Supreme Court to set aside its December 15th, 2023 judgment, which remitted his trial back to the Federal High Court. The Apex Court had, in the verdict in suit number, this whole thing on your screen, remitted Kanu's terrorism trial to the Federal High Court for continued prosecution after the Court of Appeal acquitted the agitator in judgment delivered in the 3rd day of October of 2023. Hope you guys are following. Now, things are getting interesting, and Nigeria's government want to play a smart and a very clean one on Nigerians without them thinking we would notice. So now, the federal government of Nigeria don't send people to go collect their prisoner from the UK. And the UK are asking them, release somebody for Nigeria. As all these negotiations and conversations was going on, Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer filed this whole thing, where I don't show you. Where they say Nnamdi Kanu files motion to set aside Supreme Court judgment remitting trial to Federal High Court. So Nnamdi Kanu is saying that make una set aside the Supreme Court judgment too. Make una present them. Make una use them now. No say whatever is going on in the Federal High Court in Abuja doesn't have a foundation because of say a court done already grants me full freedom. Okay, as all of these things they go on, Aloy Ejimakor jumped in the bandwagon. Aloy Ejimakor had to step in to give us more clarifications and give us more information as all of these things they be. Because of saying I be the lead legal counsel. If you see any news from Daily Post or from Vanguard or any Nigerian news outlet and you did not see it from Aloy Ejimakor, it simply means one of two things. It's either it's fake or propaganda. When we see that news, we had to still verify. We took a trip to Aloy Ejimakor's official Twitter page to see what we can find to verify the information before we go make any video. And surprisingly, we found the same thing there. Make I for show you. Maybe you use your own eyes, see them as it hot. It states, in the motion filed, and this is coming from Aloy Ejimakor, his official Twitter page. When you look, you will see a verified check mark. And it's something you can go verify by yourself using your cell phone or any device where you get for the comfort of your home. Okay, it states, in the motion filed on November 6th of 2025, Kanu is asking the Supreme Court to set aside the December 15th, 2023 judgment for want of jurisdiction, arguing that the judgment was predicated on statutes that had ceased to exist in law. Okay? And then you can post that same news article where I don't show you where they right now on your screen. Wait till they happen. Well, things are getting very, very big and fascinating as we speak. Now, Aloy Ejimakor, they tell the Federal High Court, say, see you, would I talk to you that I go try my client or sentence him on the 20th day of November, Avi? You know, go happen again because of, say, we don't present this particular article and this particular document where they come from the Supreme Court. So now, it's very possible that the 20th November Judgment Day will not take place. When we see this article, we had to use some intelligence to break them down and to understand every single thing. Make I show you before I give you a full and detailed summary, okay? So, we know that the Supreme Court made a decision and a judgment. How does that affect the case of Nnamdi Kanu, and how will that prevent the November 20th Judgment Day? Let's discuss it together and make I show you using some intelligence what we use to break them down. It states, Supreme Court's decision on the motion, okay? Kanu has asked the Supreme Court to set aside its own earlier judgment. The court has a few options. Okay, as Kanu don't ask them to set aside their own judgments, the court now, that is the Federal High Court in Abuja now, it has few options. They get limited options to take, and they have three pathway to use. What will be the first one? It's simple. They go accept the motion. That is, they go accept Kanu's motion. That is to set aside its own earlier judgment from the Supreme Court. It states, accept the motion. They could agree that the earlier judgment had a legal problem. This might delay his trial or even change how the trial is handled. Okay? The second one is reject the motion. They could say that the Supreme Court acted correctly and the motion has no merit. In that case, the trial at the Federal High Court continues on schedule. And the third one, partially agree. They might make some adjustments, like giving more time to Kanu to prepare without overturning the whole decision. So as you can clearly see, this is not game. This is not a whole big game where they happen right about now. Okay? So now, let's analyze every single thing together because of, say, more things don't play on and more things they happen behind the scenes. The federal government of Nigeria knows, say, they don't fit try Nnamdi Kanu again Because if they do, it simply means that this Nigerian constitution has no power. Nobody could begin respect them. Even the constitution where they under draft, where people they come together to draft, nobody could respect them because of say, una no use them, try this man in the Federal High Court in Abuja. Abi, even the country of the UK don't clearly know say, okay, we wanted you guys to deal with Nnamdi Kanu, but you know they do them using the laws. Una make series of mistake. Now we tell una say, see where Nnamdi Kanu they travel to when he travel to Kenya. Now we update una on where he travel to and where he go day for Kenya. We expected you guys to do the needful, go in there and take him out using the law. But as it stands now, we don't mess things up. Meaning say we go come out our hand from this whole thing. Hope you're following. So the government of the UK, the Britain as a whole, they want to come out their hand for Nnamdi Kanu's case. And by doing so, they came up with this strategy together with Bola Tinubu. Say, okay, this is how we are going to do it. Send delegates to our country to release Ike Ekweremadu, a man that was sentenced back in 2022 for organ harvesting. Send delegates and we'll look at different possibilities and how we can free this man and release him. In so doing, make una use style, no too push him, comot Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for where he dey. By doing so, accept any documentations coming from Aloy Ejimakor and Nnamdi Kanu. Accept anything. If they're asking you, say, okay, we want you people to change the date of judgment or push the dates backwards. We could not do them. But the Coco be say, let's have a deal. Now wait till they happen here as it stands. If you observe, say, nobody asks that president's aide, that lady who I quote, that's Chioma Wesley. Nobody asked her if the president would join or try to mediate in the case of Nnamdi Kanu. Now she used her mouth. Nobody asked you. Now you use her mouth begin talk. Meaning say something they happen and something they play down and we don't catch them. We don't catch them red-handed and as something maybe say they themselves know. Yes. So what do you think? What do we think will happen in the next coming days? Well, it is very, very simple. Make I show you some very big facts we did. Okay? So let's start with the Federal High Court trial. What if it happened from the Federal High Court trial? Meanwhile, the trial is set to continue on the 20th day of November 2025 before Justice Omotosho. What happens here depends on the Supreme Court. If the Supreme Court delays or set aside its previous judgment, the Federal High Court trial could be paused. Now the same. If the Supreme Court rejects Kanu motion, the Federal High Court trial will be processed as planned. So if the Supreme Court now set aside its previous judgment, the Federal High Court in Abuja will not be able to do anything. They don't go fit prosecute Nnamdi Kanu again, and I wait to go happen. So these are the biggest news of the day. This is the biggest, the most fantastic news of the day. So there are some key factors that could affect the outcome of this whole conversation, and we definitely need to look at it as it be. What are the key factors that could affect the Supreme Court from pausing the 20th November judgment? Let's go through it. The very first one is statute argument. Okay? Kanu is claiming that the law used to charge him no longer exists. The court will carefully check whether the law applies at the time he allegedly committed the offense. Okay? The second one again, a jurisdiction claim. Courts take the jurisdiction very seriously. If there is a real legal problem, it could affect the entire trial. And the third one, timing and access. The fact that Kanu only recently got access to all case files could influence the court to grant him extra time to reconsider some parts of this case. So as you can clearly see, the judgment day issue don't they get big K-leg. You don't they get drastic K-leg as it stands. Funny enough, while doing this video, we can't notice something. We say we're supposed to tell now. We're supposed to definitely give you some clarification. This man will lead delegates to the UK. I don't tell now his name. His name is the Minister of Justice in Nigeria, Lateef Fagbemi. He's a friend to Justice James Omotosho. They sabi themselves very, very well. And this man don't tell Justice James Omotosho, say, bro, use the laws of the land to try this man. Use your own constitution to try this man. and use your own regulations to try them. Anything outside that, you want cause trouble for Nigeria's judicial system, and people will no longer take your words for it. Now, what did they lay on the table now as it be? So now we don't give una two very important information where they happen as it be. So what do we think will happen or play out from tomorrow being the 12th day of the month of November? Well, don't be too surprised though. Don't be too surprised if before the end of this week we receive a notification coming from the Federal High Court. Say they want to pause that judgment. Don't be too surprised. And don't be too surprised if you hear say Tinubu now wants to hold a political settlement with Nnamdi Kanu. Don't be too surprised. Don't be too surprised if the Federal High Court comes up and say, okay, this man now has been acquitted and fully discharged. They don't get anything on him on that judgment day. Don't be too surprised. One thing you can be see, the Nigerian government will not sentence this man as it stands because of, say, games and activities are being played behind closed doors. They are trying to make it look legal. They are trying to make it look like, say, okay, this is a political move or whatsoever. No, it's a game between two countries as it stands. So what about the USA involvement? Yesterday, we gave una a full disclosure of every single thing and how things they be. We gave una a revelation coming from a man known as Bruce Fein. We don't categorically expose the Nigerian government to the US president. So now, things are getting very, very fascinating and things are getting very, very hot, heated for Bola Tinubu. You don't even know which one he go deal with. Should he deal with the issue of USA trying to come into Nigeria and send military men, or should he deal with the case of Nnamdi Kanu? He don't know which one to deal with, and that is why he sent delegates now to go and run these things for him. So now, if these delegates will travel go UK, when they come back, they go talk with the UK government, tell them, because of say, how can a man who committed a crime, person will plead guilty to a crime, and person with a sentence to how many years? Almost 9 years or thereabout, I'm not too sure. He don't serve how many years? He never reached 3 years. You guys are moving. The Nigerian government are moving to go and ask for a pardon so that you'll be released. It doesn't make sense in any way, shape, or form, in its true sense. It doesn't make sense in any shape or form. But if they want to release Nnamdi Kanu, it's going to make sense. It's as simple as ABCD. Yes. That is what we think is happening. Now, what about the case of Simon? From now henceforth, it be like say we could combine Simon's case with Nnamdi Kanu's case together. It be like say these two people's case needs to be joined together because of say, if we want to make singular videos for them, it no go easy for anybody at all. It no go easy for anybody. So that is why we want to find a way to merge these two individuals into one video. What do you guys think of that particular plan? Or do you guys want separate videos for these separate individuals? I beg, if you want separate videos for Nnamdi Kanu and Simon, I beg, let us know, okay? So what did happen for Simon's case? As we speak now, we all know of Carl Gumerus, and the man will be say they lead Simon into the appeal court. The same way we say Aloy Ejimako be the lead legal counsel to Nnamdi Kanu. The same way we say Carl Gumerus happens to be the lead legal counsel to Simon. Carl Gumerus now finished. He's from Finland because of say the case stay in Finland. What did they happen? Preparations for the appeal court has been set and everybody is good to go. Carl Gumerus has said, yes, I'm ready for the appeal court and let's kickstart. The prosecuting lawyer in the person of Hakala said, okay, I'm ready and I'm good to go. So the appeal court is going to begin any moment from now. Probably, if it starts, kick off next week, Monday. But the thing where they will say, once we get a verified date and a verified information, we go come here, come give una. So next week, don't be too surprised if we begin giving our revelations on Simon's appeal court process. Everything is now looking good and taking shape in the favor of Simon. Yes, international bodies now don't dig into his case and are well invested in his case. And Carl Gumer has been tell Simon something. He tell and say, see you, we dey observe what they happen for Nigeria regarding the case of Nnamdi Kanu. Because it stands, just in case you don't know, Simon is well briefed on the issue of Nnamdi Kanu. He's well briefed on what they happen for Nigeria. They always tell and say, see as they be, see what they happen, and see what come outside from this mastery. So he knows, say, his freedom lies in the hands of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. While it's intertwined one way or the other. And that is why Carl Gumere always put ear for what they happen for Nigeria. You know that I say, what they happen currently, you say, the government are trying to judge this man. A judgment day has been placed, and it's going to be passed on the 20th day of the month of November. So therefore, the plan is to kickstart the appeal court process before that day. So that if by paraventure Nnamdi Kanu is being sentenced to years, which is not going to happen, they going to say, okay, the court process don't start before the judgment was declared, so that nothing will influence decisions coming from Finland. So they want the appeal court to kick off before the 20th day of November, and I wait till they happen fully. So far, so good. I wait till the year. Nnamdi Kanu, he's healthy, he's doing well, and his eyesight problem now, don't they receive full medication? We know, say this guy been get issues with his eyes, and a fact that has been established already. So as it stands now, he don't receive proper treatment, and for wait till the year, his eyesight is good, and he's doing very, very well. He's very positive and very, very sure, say, if the issue enter the appeal court, they go free him. So he ain't very positive, and he ain't very happy. But you get one issue where they on ground. You get one thing where we say, from waiting with the year, Simon is not happy with something where they happen for the USB. What is that particular thing? Well, he said, based on what we hear, allegedly, from Carl, he's saying that, see, since when he was arrested, okay, it be like I say the USB as a group and as a movement, they backslide massively. Yes, the USB as a movement don't scatter, don't backslide, and they don't even get head again. They don't know who be the head and who be the tail. Everybody wants to create their own faction. Everybody wants to lead, and everybody wants to move. So he's saying that there's a problem with the USB, and that's something even if he gets out from detention, it will be very, very hard and difficult to rectify or fix, and no be lie. If you follow Ngozi Orabueze very well, you could also say the USB now, from their Twitter page to their governance, everything is crumbling by the day. Everything is taking a backslide gradually, and everything on the break, small. Now, a fact that has been established. We don't know what they happen, but we could definitely follow the matter. So from tomorrow, I would like to see our views. Anyways, what do you guys think of what we've discussed? Do you want us to make a full video on Nnamdi Kanu and a full video on Simon? I beg, then you let us know, and we will definitely be very, very appreciative in your views and everything that you have to say regarding that matter. Anyways, yesterday we promised, say, people will watch our videos to a particular section, we go give them a shout out, Abi. So showing right now on your screen, now some people will watch the video, talk with you, say make the talk. These are the individuals that we manage. The first 10 persons, now they've been this showing right now on your screen. So kudos to everybody being shown on your screen right now. Shout out to you for watching our videos, and shout out to you for always engaging with our content. So today we have a very, very quick briefing. Sure. If you watch this video, reach this particular point in time, and if you want us to give a shout out, we go pick the first 10%. So just write today's date in the comment section. Make I know people will watch this video reach here, this particular section. So write today's date in full, the day, the month, and the year. The first 10 persons will receive a shout out in our next video coverage. Anyways, moving on swiftly, just in case you want to see the full and updated issue where they happen for USA regarding the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and how the USA are joining forces to influence his case. If you want to get a full coverage and get every single thing that you need to know right about now, we made a video yesterday, and that video is live on our channel, and I'll urge you to watch it and get full update. So how can you watch it or see it? Well, don't worry yourself. I'll leave a link to that particular video very soon on your screen, and I'll ask you and I'll urge you to go there, watch it, and see every single thing that has been embedded in that video coverage. So how
Alright, in the by Guadaludin and the Venezuela na Eastern News 24, by Sino Bozi. If you talk email, I'm not to say Bozi, hashtag Donald Trump and United Nations. Ka we mari fene meno bosin keta na Eastern News 24. To saya Bozi, but saya Bozi ya. Kudu tumuna doesn't ebe di chiche. Alright, Guadaludin, make sure you stay tuned. More news updates, more updates. I get to do in Abuja, but stomach every fene no bosin keta. Alright, Kemesia no munem.